So with the recent drama with Honkai Star Rail, it's brought to light one of the most glaring issues with gacha games, and that is power creep. So in this video, we will be discussing if Wuthering Waves suffers from the same problem or is it an exception. Play the intro. So what is power creep in this context? So the Google definition of power creep is the situation where successive updates or expansions to a game introduce more powerful units or abilities, leaving the older ones underpowered. And an example of this, like I mentioned earlier, is Honkai Star Rail, where older 1.0 units are made irrelevant in the current endgame as enemy HP is being inflated. Older DPS units cannot keep up and are so left in the dust, thus either forcing you to summon for the brand new support unit or the brand new DPS unit. So is this a problem or issue in Wuthering Waves? First, I'd like to clarify that both games do have a difference with the game mechanics, as one game is a turn-based game while the other is more skill-based. And with Wuthering Waves being skill-based, it allows more freedom of expression, so it's possible to beat endgame with anyone. While with a turn-based game, you're kind of locked into what characters can do with, them having a basic attack, a skill, and an ultimate. So there is more expression in Wuthering Waves. Also, want to mention that till this day, all the standard banner characters are usable in endgame content in Wuthering Waves, as Kuro don't introduce aspects like crazy HP inflation or brand new units that do astronomically more damage than others. For instance, take a look at the first limited 5-star character that we got in the game, Jian. He's still performing efficiently in Tower of Adversity, the most difficult endgame content in Wuthering Waves. Jian is still performing efficiently and fine. Free-to-play players are still using him in Tower Adversity. But if you look at like a game like Star Rail, nobody is using Zila, nobody is using Silverwolf, nobody's using Blade. Hell, I even had an E2 Blade and he still hits like a wet noodle. And nobody's using Kafka anymore as well in the endgame content, because the HP has scaled so much that they're useless and just made irrelevant. So also, because this is a nuanced video, I'd also like to play devil's advocate and say that one instance of Kuro arguably putting out a better version of a character is with Zhang Liao in 1.3. He is essentially a better version of Calcharo, and people 9 times out of 10 will run Zhang Liao instead of Calcharo in their quick swap team, in their electro team with Yinlin. But that being said, Zhang Liao is also a free limited 5-star character that everyone who played that event got for free. So if you're a fan of Calcharo like I am, if you're a Calcharo fanatic, he's still very much usable and able to clear the endgame content. And we went over the definition of power creep, which is the situation where successive updates or expansions to a game introduce more powerful units or abilities, leaving older ones underpowered. But even though Zhang Liao performs better, Calcharo is still able to clear the endgame content, so that is not power creep in my opinion. So the argument of Wuthering Waves is power creep, Honkai, all gacha games are power creep. I also did have the same belief that all gacha games have power creep, but Wuthering Waves, like I've said many times in all my reviews for this game, Wuthering Waves have broken the mold. They're doing things very differently. Look at the way the devs respond very fast to any issues, any problems, any complaints in the community. The devs are on it very fast. They're making changes, listening to what we are saying, and doing the best they can to accommodate. So they've probably seen that in other gacha games, there is this issue of power creep, and I agree. Power creep is a big issue in all these gacha games. It's just the way it's just the way the market works, man. You know, eventually, like that, it's just the way they need, it's just what they need to do to make money. Let's be honest. It's what they have to do to make money, where they make the end game more difficult. So the only way you can clear the end game is if you summon for this brand new shiny character, and this brand new shiny character is perfectly able to clear the end game content with the new end game content with ease that all the older characters were struggling against. And this is what Honkai Star was suffering from, man. It is very sad to see, guys. Honestly, I originally used to cover Honkai Star on this channel for like the first month or two when the game came out, and the game was really fun. But you guys have seen power creep can kill any game, and although Honkai Star Rail is not a dead game because obviously it's a Hoyo game, but people are voicing their opinions, and I feel like the community is getting louder and louder. You've seen what happened with games like Zenless Zone Zero. When there's an issue with a game, they were able to listen, and they changed up the game to fit what people wanted to see. So like I always say in these gacha games, speak with your wallet. If you are unhappy with power creep in a gacha game, make sure you speak with your wallet. Do what something like Gacha Smack said. Just reference what he said. He said that if a game is doing something you don't like, either one, you speak with your wallet and stop spending, or two, you just quit the game and play another game. And don't fall into the trap of sunken cost fallacy. I believe I said that right, but where you get you get overwhelmed with the idea of dropping a game that you spent a lot of money on. Man, I've spent money on a lot of games. Although I do make most of the money back on these videos, I spent a lot of money on games. But if the game's trash, just quit, man. Don't fall into the trap of continuing, or you know, if you're done with the game, just quit the game, you know. But like I said, speak with your wallets, and that's the best way to make change. So that's my advice to you Honkai Star Rail players or enjoyers out there. Stop spending, be free to play if you still want to hold out hope. But if you do that and they still don't change anything, then I recommend you guys play another game like Wuthering Waves, for example. There's no power creep in this game. So in conclusion, do I think that there's power creep in Wuthering Waves? Hell to the no. Every character in the game is relevant currently in the end game content, and some teams are able to do it faster or more effectively, but no characters are made irrelevant. And that's one of the best things about Wuthering Waves. They encourage you to play the characters you enjoy instead of meta chasing to clear endgame content like in Honkai Star Rail. And the option is there to summon for the new characters, but I feel like it's more, instead of summoning for meta or summoning as a necessity because you need the new character to clear the endgame content, I feel like it's more of summoning for fun, summoning for a new skill set, for new flashy skills. That's what you're actually summoning for, because you can still clear the game with your, you know, regular Spectral Rover or Havoc Rover or Sanwao, you know, or Gian, Calcharo, these standard units. So that's the end of this video, guys. Make sure to leave a like and subscribe for more Wuthering Waves content. Also leave a comment on your thoughts. Do you agree that there isn't power creep in Wuthering Waves, or do you disagree? Let me know down below. Also join the Discord, link in the description, and until next time, peace.